Hey guys, so fun fact time. I already had this entire video good to go. I go to upload the video because everything is all good to go. You get the vibe, right? Everything is all spliced together, ready for a Friday upload. And I go, wait a minute, where's my video? My fully completed, done, good to go, ready to go video. My final video corrupt. I don't know how to fix it. I ran to get ready. I ran to put on clothes and get myself done because guess what? This video filmed, 5 hours before you're watching it? Thank goodness I can edit fast, right? And this whole time I'm going, gosh, this is a little difficult, but you know what could be worse? I could have an ugly husband that hates me. Speaking of, let's talk about the topic of today's video. I'm sorry, y'all. I was losing my marbles a little bit because oh my goodness, okay? Hello, everyone. It's Isabella here and welcome back to the channel. And today's video, we're talking about husbands, couples content, and all of that stuff combined into one beautiful little mini deep dive. Now, if you guys are on TikTok or not, or you have been on this side of the internet, you may have come across a video where it was like a woman that was posting up a video of her husband doing something, okay? Let's say it's like, oh my God, guys, we're hosting a barbecue with his friends, my friends, and everyone else. And I see my husband is deciding to sweep the roof right now. And instead of helping me, that's what he's doing today. And the guests are gonna get here in 2 hours. And then usually what you see are the comments flooded with calling out this behavior, right? Because it's just disrespectful at this point. I think there's a deeper rooted issue in this. And so what I wanna do is we're gonna go through some of this content. I wanna talk about my thoughts and opinions. I also wanna give multiple perspectives because I see a lot of hate comments and support comments. And I think there's so much in between because this is a very interesting phenomenon. Before I hop into today's video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below so you'll be notified of every single video I post. And now quickly, I do want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video who has been incredibly helpful to me. Let's talk about Cook Unity. Cooking is very, very tedious, okay? It takes up a lot of time, and as a very busy person myself, I love finding ways to save time and make my life easier. I came across an absolute gem, which is Cook Unity. Cook Unity is the world's first chef-to-you meal delivery service. Every single week, subscribers can choose from hundreds of ready-to-eat meals, which are crafted by award-winning chefs. All of their meals arrive fresh, never frozen, in sustainable packaging, and designed to support a wide variety of dietary lifestyles. I'm trying so hard to be eating as healthy as I can. So that means I'm trying to get a heavy amount of protein per every single meal. I want convenience, but I don't want to sacrifice my protein intake and making sure I'm hitting my fitness goals. They actually have a new fitness fuel menu, which is built specifically for active people like myself, and it has been wonderful. Another thing that I have to talk about that I think is the best for me is because I don't always like to use a meal subscription plan. So you're not just stuck in something where you have to every single week. So if there's a week where I know it's going to be incredibly busy and I need a little extra support, I can go with it. They're incredibly easy to prepare. I tried the most amazing shrimp dish. Oh my goodness. I love shrimp. I don't think y'all understand. I love shrimp so much. If I did not like something, I would 100% tell you all, okay? Loved every single thing that I got. So if you guys are in the market for trying something new and want to make your life a little bit easier without sacrificing quality or taste, just click the link in the description below and use the code Isabella50 for 50% off of your order. Thank you so much to Cook Unity for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get into it. Okay, so like I said, to kind of introduce the topic, we see what I like to call the my husband hates me trend, where somebody will post up a video and it blows up and the comments are just flooding, going, hey girl, leave him, like this is a bad situation, right? So I'm going to show you several examples of this and you guys let me know what you think and your thoughts about this kind of stuff. So let's start off with this first one, which is I left my husband and kids for 4 days and this is how I came home to them. Caption says, I love being a stay-at-home mom and I'm so happy my husband works so hard so I can be. Always funny when I leave for a few days and come back to my rugrat kiddos. This is not a good start, so let's just watch. So the video starts with the caption saying, they came and dropped something off I forgot on day 2 and they also went to the store looking like this. My daughter in summer clothes when it's fall weather. That is fucking pathetic. Still cute though. Trying to blur out the kids' faces as best as I can, by the way. My son's hair, not done. And you can't see it blurred, but their faces have like food on them, like messy as hell. In his cousin's pants that are too small. Okay. At least he's cute. Then it goes and then shows a baby. My baby in PJs. Honestly, it's clothes. The day I come home and then it shows the children running up. My son's still in PJs and it's 5 p.m. Again, I know you may not be able to see this, but they're like still messy faces. You get what I'm saying. And then my husband looks homeless. and is carrying the baby. And my baby's still in the same jammies and has booger nose. My husband said I loved being home with them, but I'm so happy to go back to work. I can't believe you do this every day. Thank you. I'm gonna be very honest with you. And if you don't like this, then I am not the type of person that you should be watching, okay? One thing I am not about is neglectful fuck-ass dads, okay? I'm not for that. Neglectful fuck-ass husbands, not into that, right? I don't get down to that behavior. I also am not the type of person to be cool with weaponized incompetence. The bare minimum, you should be an active adult, right? Especially if you choose to have children. I don't, as someone who did in fact have a parent that stayed home, I don't give a, say it with me, rat's ass if you go and work. You would do that if you were single. It doesn't really matter. You should also collectively be a parent, correct? Now the comments are going, so they were neglected, which yeah, I agree. It's the bare minimum. Like they should be a dad, right? Like they should just be doing this. So they were neglected. Yes, I agree. Next comment says, if they were a babysitter, they'd be fired. Good thing it's just their actual parent, which hi, I babysat all the time. Never, ever would those kids have ever go back to their parents look in a mess like that. Never. Another comment said, she'll just defend him. Another comment says, haha, my kids were neglected. He's so funny. So this is kind of the intro that I want to give to you guys with this topic, because we see this new wave of social media being used in good ways and bad ways. And like, for example, when we talk about real experiences and real life experiences, that's good, right? Like I recently have talked about I'm changing so much in my life and I share that with you guys, or I talk about my personal experiences. But we also see the side of social media where now people are utilizing it to generate a community of toxicity. And what I mean by that is sometimes with the saying, you know, misery loves company. I think that's how you say it, sorry. And I think we are seeing a new wave of people utilizing the platforms of social media to post up their shitty situations and saying, haha, isn't it funny, guys? In hopes that someone else will find community within their misery as well. Because this should, like, in no way should this be happening. It's literally not funny. It's actually disgusting. So now I also do want to say, especially when it comes to work household chores, I am going to throw up some numbers out here because we see that the data shows that parents, we see it to where even women who are working full-time jobs still take on most of the childcare and labor, which is really alarming because that there should not be an imbalance of that. And the amount of work that you have to do is exhausting. The mental load, remembering birthdays, allergies, taking care of food, grocery shop. I do it by myself and it whoops my ass. So the fact that somebody thinks it's so funny to be like, wow, look, I practically have a fourth child. It's not a flex to me. It's sad. But this is a new thing we're noticing online. This is being shared openly. And some of these creators, I don't think they genuinely think it's that bad. I truly think that they find it funny. And it's the same idea as when, like, you know, men would be like, oh, gotta go home to the ball and chain. I think we're noticing this new culture where it's like, oh, I'm here, there's nothing else I can do, might as well laugh at it. And that's really sad and not something we should normalize. Now, I want to react to another one. Now, this one blew up. This one, some of you guys may actually know. This was a teacher's packed lunch. So let's watch it.
So I forgot my lunch today, and I asked my husband to bring me lunch. So let's do an unboxing, because clearly it's a little full. I just have a feeling this is going to be really good. Mm-hmm. We have a bag of we have a bag of cookies. Not a Ziploc bag, but a bag. We have a bag of pretzels. Feels very empty. We got an apple. Gotta stay healthy. This is good. We have not just a portion of Pringles, but an entire container of Pringles. Another bag of cookies. Another bag. Options. Lucky me. And lastly, oh. Okay. We have my 2-day-old Chipotle. And at the very bottom, we have a bag of dog food. Because you're my dog. There's 2, Joy. Please bring back the dogs are low on food. So ladies, if you don't have food, and your husband has to bring you a lunch, just know that you're gonna get lots of food as well as maybe even a cute note. This is nice. This is great.
Now, once again, this video blew up. Like, it has 4.6 million likes, and the comments are, "You're laughing, but this is how he feels about you." Another one says, "I bet you anything that when I click on this woman's page after I finish watching this TikTok, the next one will be her defending him." Another one says, "This is a joke, right?" And then, "May this love never find me." So a couple things I want to point out here that throw me off is, especially younger women are also a part of this demographic specifically. That's one like pattern that I'm noticing, where they're so involved with like, it's funny, it's okay, it's like, it's a joke. Here's my thing. If you and your partner have a specific joke that's actually funny and you have a really great relationship, then why would you ever show it if you even think it's going to get bad negative feedback? So that's why I don't necessarily think this person thinks that it's bad though, because this is a consistent thing. And the reason why I actually think this is a problematic video and a good example of what's happening in this trend is, one, she filmed it so she knew this would happen. So more than likely, this is expected behavior. That right there is red flag number one. Number two, I'm sorry, but the laughs felt fake about the multitude of chips. 3, didn't have enough time to go and buy Chipotle for her or make a sandwich, nothing, but had enough time to put dog food in a bag and write a note. That's not necessarily funny anymore. And also, let's reverse the roles here. Let's say we have a guy that's working a blue collar job, right? Oh dang, forgot to get my lunch. And then all of a sudden, oh, look at all the random bags of chips. That's not really a lot of substance here, right? She would get flamed for that. Of course. Because I don't think it's normal or funny to not actually be offering something to support your partner. And you know how this could have been funny? If he did offer a legit packed lunch for her and then wrote a funny bag of dog food thing. However, this is another aspect of the trend where it's like, let's humorize and normalize this behavior because someone else has got to get it. And one thing I will say with this trend is, I believe, as someone who has honestly been there before, I think that sometimes you are looking for community and connection so you don't feel as crazy, because then it kind of like normalizes it in your mind that this is an acceptable way to be in a relationship. Deep down, you do kind of feel like it's not fun, but you're like, oh, well, it's a part of life. Well, someone else has got to find this funny. We have to laugh about it. I mean, I'm a certified let's laugh about everything type of person, so I get that. So therefore, we have comments sometimes are like, oh, me too, my husband does this, I expect it. So it's like we have a community of people who are expecting poor behavior from their partners, and that's okay, because many of these women, they don't want to leave. They're like, this is it, this is what I want, I'm right where I want to be, but they want to have connection in that. But many times on the internet, you're not going to find connection because so many people are tired and are sick of this kind of behavior. I know I am. I've done it twice and I'm over it. That's why I'm strict as hell over here. Now, I want to highlight a comment that popped up in this video specifically, where it was talking about, like, I want to bet that after I watch this video, when I go to her page, she's going to have a response to it. And she actually did. And this is also connected to the overall trend that we're seeing of response videos. After they make their posts about their shitty boyfriends or husbands that act like they don't like them, they suddenly go on a let's defend him and make excuses. So let's watch one.
It's the lunchbox girl. Okay, the explanation y'all have all been waiting for. It's time to explain what happened this weekend. And just, I cannot even process that I'm making this video right now. Okay, so a few people, 30 million to be exact, and more, because it's been posted other platforms, have seen the video of me unpacking the lunch, the dog food that my husband packed me. And most of you, half of you, 3/4, 75%, hated it. You thought it was horrific, horrible, and the worst thing that's ever happened to anybody. I'm here to explain it. Okay, number one, the dog food. He spelled it. Yes, his handwriting is horrible. Yeah, it is. You're right. Y'all are so pressed that he called me a dog. He did not call me a D-O-G. Dog. D-O-G, like a dog that has a leash. He did not call me that. D-A-W-G. Dog as in homie. American slang for homie. It's what we call each other. It's a joke. J-O-K-E, joke. Y'all were also so pressed that he put it in my lunchbox. That's why he put it in a bag, so it didn't get on my food. This was at the bottom because he thought of it last, and he tried to hide it under the Chipotle so that it would be a surprise. Because it was funny. It was a joke. He was trying to make me laugh. Which it worked. Him and my sister came up with this idea together. My sister thought it was funny too. Moving on, second, the Chipotle. Y'all are all really upset that it was 2-day-old Chipotle. Well, guess what? Teacher brain deceived me. It was actually a day old. It was from the night before, so not even a day old. I said 2. As a teacher, 1 day feels like 7. Okay, all I get in my bowl is rice, steak, and beans. That's what my son thinks about it. Okay, anyway. He brings me lunch once a week. So all of you saying that this is his way of telling you to never ask again, no. He brings me lunch once a week. Normally, it's like Chick-fil-A or something like that. First day of school, he bought me a bouquet of candy and a bouquet of flowers, set up a whole screen that said, happy first day of school, all the things. He doesn't hate me, guys. But the Chipotle, the reason he packed that is because he wasn't planning on bringing me lunch that day. I had asked him to bring me lunch because I had forgotten, and he said, what would you like? I said, Chipotle leftovers and snacks. He packed me Chipotle leftovers and snacks. The reason I recorded it is because I knew it was gonna be funny how he packed it. I just knew it was gonna be. The dog food was a sweet surprise that made me laugh. And so that's all I'm gonna say on that. Thank you for the love and the hate. Both does the same for me. Love you guys. And I know you're already gonna hate me for even coming out with an explanation because it gives you a reason not to hate anymore. But if you're here for the teacher content and the QOOTDs, feel free to stay. If you're not and you're only here to hate, peace, love, and happiness, and I hope that you find something to find joy in today and not just hate on someone else's life.
I do want to make a really big disclaimer here because, again, like when we go through these topics, I think it's very important to have nuanced gray areas and just kind of make sure that we can talk about the realm of possibilities because, I mean, it's good to analyze things, but at the end of the day, we also have to remember that we don't know these people. So for example, let's say he is a really good guy and this was just a dumbass like thing that happened and she recorded it. Okay, valid. That also is a possibility too. I'm highlighting this because this is an overall part of the trending idea that I was wanting to discuss with you guys. Just keep that in mind because that also could be real with how we are talking about some of these videos. But this comments section was again filled. One says, I don't understand why people are hating on her. She already has the biggest hater at home. It was at the bottom because he thought of it last. It's at the bottom because he thought of it first. Another commenter said, she's not explaining it to us, she's explaining it to herself. Another reason why I wanted to show this video specifically is because we do see a really toxic trend of people that lean into couples content. And this is another video for a different day. I will be diving into like couples creators more at some point, but this is another part of this trend where I think people are so adamant also to share their husbands or just their partners in general that they don't sit back and think the possibilities and the repercussions that can come from that. So let's say, like, let's play devil's advocate here. So let's say this guy was really a good guy and he played a stupid it just looked pretty poorly, right? To everyone else around, it just did not look good, which I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't look good. So if he is a marvelous, amazing guy, people sometimes are so desperate for engagement and clicks and laughs that they don't consider how it can hurt their partner. And I am noticing even with this trend and just others, people are willing to embarrass their partners online and show off like almost the worst sides of them to get attention. And then they sit back and are shocked when the internet responds exactly how, you would expect them to. And I believe that we do have this realm of social media where people are so focusing on views and engagement and attention over the actual overall benefit of their relationship. And that's why, for example, y'all are not like, if I'm in a relationship, if I'm in something, you can know they exist, but there's going to be a limit, right? There's not going to be, everything about us. Like, no, it's not because I have something to hide, but it's more of no one needs to know, right? And there's a saying where it's like the people that make like the longest anniversary post on Instagram with the longest caption of the shittiest relationships. My goodness, some people are so willing to just let me prove that I have a good relationship or a good person or he's funny or like, let me just focus so much on sharing and then it backfires or it impacts the relationship and then you're like, oh shit. And I think that with this trend, we may have some people who are in amazing relationships with situations that don't exactly look good, and then it leads to difficulty. Because also think about this. Let's say you were the one who made a joke and your partner posted it. How would you feel going through those comments and seeing awful, awful things being said about you? Because the internet is crazy, right? I know if I post something, those comments could go any way, no matter what. But I at least know that whatever I post, I'm comfortable with somebody making a comment on that. I don't think that there are enough couples and people taking a step step back and realizing that some things just don't need to be online. The same goes for just personal life, same goes for sharing kids, right? Some things don't need online validation. Someone who has a job online, I post a lot of things, but there will always be a limit because that is just for mental health's sake. I do want to say that on the flip side, if this person is bad, and I've also been on this side of the area of being in the bad relationship, a lot of these comments making fun of her, bothering her, it's not going to do what you think it is, okay? Because a lot of these people are in like they just think it's fine. They genuinely think it's okay. And I want to show you another example of that, which is a gender reveal.
We're going to turn it over and push it down, and we're going to look away, close our eyes, and then we're going to hold it up and turn back and look and see what the gender is, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. So ready? So you got to turn away, close your eyes. Well, yeah, figure out where you're going to put it. Mm-hmm. Okay, ready? And then close your eyes and turn your head away. Mm-hmm. Okay, ready? Okay. And then push down. And then try and pick it up. Is yours up? Mm-hmm. Okay, ready? We're gonna look. 1, 2, 3. Ah! It is a boy! It is a boy, Kitty! You getting a boy?
So this is another example to me of, I'm sorry, I think there's like no, to me, I don't think there's any room for discussing this besides like, he just sounds like a lack of bundle of joy, if you will. I mean, just the kind of like annoyance and as if this is such an inconveniencing day for him. And this is another example where, again, the comments were full of people calling this out. And to me, I don't think like there's any way to positively spin this at all. I just cannot fathom that. But unfortunately, this is another example, again, of somebody showing off their shit ass husbands that don't really care and the need for connectivity and, oh, this is normal, I'm fine. And it's so sad because I have been in that position where it's like I was bidding for connection and attention with my partner. And I want to also use this video to say like, that's not normal. It shouldn't be hard to engage with your partner. It shouldn't be difficult for you to be able to be close and best friends and connect. And I know many relationships are very unique, but basic communication and support and love for each other shouldn't just be a hard thing to find and something that you lack or trying to, grasp for in a relationship. That's not healthy and normal. But I remember being in positions where I thought that was normal. And once again, the comments are losing their mind going, like, what is his problem? But at the end of the day, as sad as this is, nothing is going to change on this. And I do believe that my, guess on the fact that this is content that is trying to make the best of a situation is happening right now. I think people are trying to find connection so they don't feel bad. And I think it especially gets worse for those who are married, are engaged, have children with partners. I understand that there's this like taboo conversation around divorce and it's like an icky word, which to me, I'm gonna tell you right now, I cannot fathom how divorce is a bad word or thing because yay, you didn't stay in a bad place forever. You weren't happy and you left. I'm proud of you. I can't think of that as a negative thing. But I do believe also because some people are scared of changing their minds or looking like a failure that they would rather make the best of it and laugh at it. Or maybe they genuinely don't think their situation is bad and so they have come to normalize it and want to share it to connect with others. And on social media, not everyone is going to connect to that level of misery or that kind of stuff. And especially in the generation that we have now that is calling out toxic dating patterns, calling out how this is not normal, calling out how you should be able to pick up and go and leave, calling out that it's not normal to have such a severe imbalance when it comes to taking care of a house, children, etc. We still have different demographics who can't let go or maybe scared to. It is really sad. And this is why I'm not a big fan of people let's go bother these women on their pages. If this is true, they already live in hell, let's not add to it. I think it's incredibly sad that we still have an aspect of society that makes it to where that is normal, right? That is a normal thing to happen. And I think it's guttural. It's devastating because no one should waste their life with a partner that doesn't treat them with love and support. Also, I want to say that getting out of awful relationships is humiliating. It absolutely is. I've been embarrassed a couple times, right? So I just want to highlight that, well, yes, the comments can be funny. Yes, we are calling out something toxic. Yes, we do see people that are desperately trying to connect and find solitude with other people who are just as miserable as them. We have to also remember they're real human beings and this is complex. It is hard and we don't live in their situation. situations. So this trend is shocking, and it is shocking to see someone sit there and take such lack of respect from their partner. But at the end of the day, it is so hard. And I just don't think that these comments are making it any better. Now, here's another example of let's scare my husband when he gets home from work. He hates when I wear red lipstick. And I feel so bad because she's beautiful. Like, she's such a sweetie. I actually love that color on her. Love that color. I don't know what she's talking about. I think it actually looks really, really good on her. She looks cute. Trying to hype myself up. Okay. And then trying to pretend I am cutting something.
Why do you have that lipstick on? That's so out of character.
You don't like
Are you recording a TikTok for it? Yeah.
You like it?
Not the way you have it,
Okay, so in that video, that's so out of character, and she says, AKA the nice way of saying he hates it. Now, the fact that she knows that is devastating. Now, I am going to say, another thing that has irked me with this trend, I am requesting the immunity necklace so I could be slightly mean. Is that okay, guys? Okay. I have had a very hard time when I see these very beautiful wives, these very beautiful human beings that share their husbands, and the behavior that's really alarming. And then when I see videos of these said partners that are making fun of their very pretty wife's looks, okay? And then when I look at them and I see that they are built like a Tesla truck, and when I see that they are, how do I say this nicely, questionable looking, when I see that they look like they snuck on our earth, when I see that they got incredibly lucky pulling the baddie of a wife that they have, that they look like they smell like pennies and white Gatorade, I wonder where the audacity comes from that they act that way. Once again, guys, I hope y'all know that that is not normal. That is not, it's not funny. Mind you, I am all about jokes, and I, like, if I'm with a partner, I think it's funny to make fun of each other. You can tell that this is not a typical, like, ha ha ha, let's be playful here. She is used to him acting like this with something, and that's really, like, that's sad to me. This one is about having kids again. This one says, my husband, I'll watch the baby so you can sleep in. And this is her post. Okay, so this is a video of them playing drums in the living room and then the baby coming in. Now, one thing I despise is the videos of it's like, oh my God, mom is gonna go take a shower or a bath or just have a couple seconds to herself, because that is very important, especially for mothers who always have babies on them. You are touched out. You need to have a moment like away from being always needed. That is literally a necessity for your mental health. And when I see a partner go, oh, let me hold the kids, and one of them starts crying, and oh God, I don't know what to do with them, or oh, let's go see what mommy's doing. Why don't you sit your happy ass in the living room, pop on some Baby Einstein, and do your job as a parent? The fuck? What are you doing? It drives me crazy. This is irritating. So watching this video, I'm sorry, I'm like, that's not normal, because sleep deprivation is an absolute real thing. I don't find this hilarious. To me, I cannot fathom how that's funny. But once again, what do we expect? A response video. And she made a response video.
I posted a video this weekend of my husband and my son playing the drums in the living room when I was sleeping in our bedroom, and we're playing toy drums. For one, it was like a kid's toy drum set. That's why it doesn't sound good and sounds like a tiny animal. It's because my husband and my baby were playing the drums. But the amount of people commenting saying that they've been abused in this way and that this was abuse and that I should leave my husband and all of this stuff, it at first was annoying, and then the longer it went on, the more sad that I got, because I obviously posted this video thinking it was funny because I can't relate to the abuse comments and I'm not being abused and sleep deprived, but so many people in the comments can relate and think that that's what's going on and that they've experienced that, and it's just really sad. It made me sad for women, and the amount of people saying like, this is why I won't get married, this is why I'm single, this is why I don't want kids. Like, there are good guys out there, and it's really sad to hear the amount of people that have been tortured in this way. I saw one comment say that her husband would keep her up for like days at a time and then take her to family events and like make her seem crazy and all this stuff, and that's not happening in this household. Me and my husband are fine, and people are gonna say, oh, here comes the apology video. This isn't an apology video. I just thought it was funny, but now I'm just sad at the amount of people that genuinely have been through this type of abuse, and I hope that if you're one of those people, you've gotten help and gotten out, and if you're still in that situation and there's anything that I can do, I'm obviously just a person on the internet. I don't have a big following. I'm not like some influential person, but even if you just need to talk, I am here, and I'm really, really sorry that you're going through that, and I'm sad that so many people can relate to that in my comments.
Another reason why I wanted to highlight this response video, because I think it is a great example of why this is such a volatile conversation, because, and there's so many facets of this and why I wanted to talk about this, because this is a very, very big issue with the "my husband hates me" trend. We have, first of all, the original poster, who could very well be in a very bad situation, or maybe isn't, and just highlighted a situation that wasn't exactly the best light on their partner. Then we have the opposite end of the viewers / commenters who are seeing these things, and after a while, we're noticing a pattern of data-wise and comment section-wise, we notice a pattern of women who are incredibly over shitty husbands, partners, etc. And it's really, really sad, because it's highlighting just even further the long-term effects that this has had on so many different women who have taken on so much when it comes to roles of being the mother, the caretaker, provider, doing everything while still having an unsupportive partner, abusive relationships, and how so many of this stuff has been hidden that we haven't seen because no one had access to social media for long. And now it's more of a bigger conversation, and it's being shown more, and people are calling it out more. And then we have it where, let's say someone is in a bad relationship, they may not respond to that well with the negative comments. They may just defend and excuse and say it's fine, and find solitude within others who can relate to the abuse that they are experiencing. And then it becomes a very sad funnel. Or we have people who are oh shit, I didn't realize my husband was going to get flamed for something like this. He's really a great guy. And then they have to respond, and it causes more conflict within an actual marriage. So I think that this also not only impacts how we perceive marriages, but it also impacts how we perceive dating in general too. And it's sad. It really is sad all around. But also on the flip side, it is positive, because there's some people who learn about certain levels of abuse that they didn't know were real. I know for me, there are some things that I went, oh my God, I didn't know that was happening to me, because I saw other people talk about their stories. So there are good and bad aspects of this, but I do believe that we have this new wave of social media posting of partners, and whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, we don't know these people, we don't live with them, but it is really sad to notice that there is a demographic of women that will share awful things happening to them and are trying to find connection. And one thing I will say is I'm going to link some resources down the description below. And by the way, just because if you're ever curious for abusive relationships, toxic relationships, and so much more. But I just want to say, at the end of the day, you know yourself and you know your situation. You deserve love, kindness, supportiveness, happiness. You deserve an equal partner, somebody that you can trust with your kids, trust to help take care of you so the home doesn't fall apart. You deserve someone that's going to love you and support you. That's normal. Posting up shitty husbands is a very interesting trend I never thought I would see, but there's good and bad aspects to it. So that was it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what you guys think. I know this is a very, very complex topic, and there's so many negative and good ways that this can go. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you have experiences? Do you have any things you can relate to? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. But yeah, just remember, you guys deserve healthy love, and point blank period. There's nothing else to that. Don't forget to check out the sponsor and the link in the description below and pin comment. And I will see you guys in the next week. Love you. Bye.